These 5 strange habits from top manifestation gurus might sound insane, but they all agree that the fastest way to manifest what you want is to integrate these habits into your daily life. Habit number 1 is speaking to the universe out loud, and this might sound weird, but it's incredibly effective. This is the basis behind where reciting affirmations out loud comes from. The reason why this is important is because if you see money on the ground in whatever denomination that it is, and you are reciting an affirmation like, I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in unexpected ways all day, every day. You see money on the ground, you picked it up. Now, unconsciously, what's going to happen is you receive confirmation that the affirmation that you are reciting is working, and now your brain begins to work harder to find more of those signs and signals, and that's why all of the manifestation gurus follow this strange habit. Habit number 2 is ignoring reality. What I mean by this is not allowing the outside world to determine how you feel on the inside. Where this comes from is having an understanding of how it is that you feel right now in the present moment and what could be causing that. There might be someone who's saying incredibly rude things to you, but on the inside of yourself, you could absolutely be feeling, I totally understand where you're coming from. You are experiencing incredible amounts of pain, which is why you're projecting that onto me, but I want you to know that I have loving thoughts of well-wishing for you, and I want you to live a happy and joyful life. This is a great example of ignoring reality, and you really only see experts in emotional intelligence display skills like what I've just shared with you. But if you become consciously aware of how you are feeling and then learn skills that enable you to shift your emotions in the moment, you will be surprised at how powerful of an influence this has to continue experiencing more of the feelings and more of the outcomes that you want to be experiencing. Habit number 3 is spending money before it comes in. And when you are making the assumption that money will come in, you're now moving into the perspective of someone who has money naturally and who is not worrying about money, which is a totally different perspective than someone who views money as something that is very scarce and that they have to be very nervous about. Someone who's in the abundance mindset realizes that the money eventually will come to them no matter what. Habit number 4 is writing yourself a letter from the perspective of your future self. Basically, at the end of the night, I will write myself a letter from the perspective of my future self. And the reason is because right now, there might be certain ways that I want to go about achieving a certain goal that I may not even be aware that I'm attached to. The future self who has achieved the goal may not care so much exactly how it happened. They care more that it just happened in general. From that perspective, it can open me up in this moment to see all of the available options to achieve my goals that I may not even be aware of because I'm so blindly attached towards it happening in a very specific way. And finally, sleeping with your desire. The reason why I do it at the very end of the night is because usually this is whenever I'm starting to fall asleep while I'm writing this letter. When I follow this practice, it's very common for me to have some profound realization either in the middle of the night or as I'm waking up in the morning for overcoming certain challenges that I'm facing or realizing certain things about myself or things that I want that I may not have realized before. Manifestation is not something where you're eventually just one day after another going to ease into being the person who has what it is that you want. There's going to come a moment where you make the decision to stop being the person who doesn't have what you want and decide to be the person who does have what you want. These practices can help you do that, and this is going to be the difference between one day you not having what you want and the next day having what it is that you want. If you follow this practice and many of the other practices that we've spoken about in this video, that it will increase your ability to attract the things that you want. One of the greatest teachers of these practices was Neville Goddard, and he had such a profound understanding of these practices that the CIA was searching for him in order to utilize his teachings to perform mind control experiments on people that have now been released through the Freedom of Information Acts. And if you want to know more about how these practices can be utilized in powerful ways, watch this video right here. Subscribe to see more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until the next one, I love you all. Peace.